Okay, this video is to go over problem number 1 on page 19. Solve negative 8 times cosine x plus 5 equals 11 for x between 0 and 2 pi radians. So we're going to solve this for x, but what's the x? X is the radians, right? Because it says solve it for x between 0 and 2 pi radians. So basically this is, it looks pretty complicated, but basically what we have to do is pretty much the same. So let's just put some number. Let's hide this for now with, do we have any stickers? We don't have any stickers. So let's just put H for now. H is my hand. So I just put the hands on, just like the problem says. Now we can solve this very, very easily. Subtract 5 from both sides, right? Now this part will be 0, this part will be 6, and now what do we have to do? We have to divide this guy by negative 8. Oh, it looks ugly. And we have to divide this guy by negative 8. That's algebra 1 skill, right? Negative 8 divided by negative 8 is 1. This guy can be, 2 can divide both numbers, so 6 divided by 2. This guy divided by 4. I'm just going to put this negative sign in front. So, h equals negative 3/4. But this h, we actually have cosine of x. Right? So what we have to do is the inverse of cosine. But let's go back to unit circle, which is, where's the unit circle? Let me pull this up right here. Let's look at the unit circle here. So let's graph, and I just want to put the unit circle, which is the circle with radian 1. Okay, so right here, cosine x equals negative 4. In other words, we can actually graph this as y equals cosine x, or y equals negative 3/4. So y equals negative 3/4 in this graph is about, let me actually graph it. Function y equals negative 3/4. This is the line, right? And as you see, there are two intersections. In algebra 1, we have learned that these two are actually exactly the, these are the solutions. So, let's look at this. This is what? How many degrees? Right? So as you see, we can construct the triangle. Oops. We can construct the triangle by dropping perpendicular point from here to here. Actually, I should do this one from here too. And so that you can see two triangles, two special triangles, which is half of the triangles. So now let me just hide this one. So how many degrees is this right here? Well, we can tell that's if you move around from here, this is now 90 degrees and 180 degrees and 180 degrees plus 45 degrees. So 180 degrees plus 180 degrees plus 180 degrees plus 45 degrees equals what? 225 degrees, which is how many radians? Well, we know that 180 degrees is pi. And we also know that 45 degree is half of pi. So it's pi fourth. So this equals 4 pi over 4, which should give us 5 pi over 4. So that's the one answer. So that x should be equals to 5 pi over 4. But as you see on this graph, there's another answers. So what's the answer, right? So if you, this is 225 degrees, and if you go over here, that's 270 degrees plus 45 degrees, right? Plus 45 degrees, which is, in other words, 360 degrees minus 45 degrees. So we're going to do that. So we have 360 degrees minus 45 degree, which we know that that's 2 pi minus pi fourth, which equals 2 pi is 8 pi over 4, so it's 7 pi fourth. So we have two solutions. So x equals what? This guy, or 7 pi fourth. Okay?